Today's video is discussing the ever so creepy Albion Online Iceberg. We are going to explain every layer of the iceberg. Let's get into it. Layer number 1, Ancient Civilizations. So, this game, essentially the world of Albion Online, is a continent, and including the Black Zone, are areas that have been explored or are being explored by us, the lords and ladies of the game. And everything that was once on this continent is an ancient and mysteriously missing civilization that we're on. Next up is Murdering for Greed. The majority of players and NPCs and everything in the entire game is objectively very greedy and will murder you to take your stuff. This includes the monsters, other players, even your best friends. Magic in this game is essentially just dead souls that you're harnessing through your weapons. Some of these are even crafted with the souls of the dead, unfortunately. Next up on the layer is Morana Experiments. For those that are unaware, who have maybe never ran a Morgana dungeon, the Morgana faction likes to experiment on the living and the dead. They experiment on everything and anyone they can get their hands on, turning them into monstrous creatures, and so on. The Keeper Hive Mind. It is said that the Keeper faction is not an independent thinking society, but a singular hive mind, much like an anthill, or termites, or bees. They essentially have one entity controlling all of them, so they all act in unison. Next up, demons are real, and they're trying to escape hell and kill us all. So you'll notice that hell gates and corrupted dungeons, even certain other dungeons and just happenings in the world, the hell sprites with the tracking update, they're trying to escape and they want to take over the living. Undead are from an era where they all died of plague, but the plague turned them into zombies and skeletons and other creepy undead, manifestations. Heretics are just guilds. The heretic faction are just people in guilds, essentially, but those guilds don't have territories, and they're kicked out of the blue and yellow zones. They can't go to town. They're basically kill on sight. They're just guilds of people trying to play the game. Corrupted Dungeon, Alternate Dimension. The corrupted dungeons, every time you enter one, you technically die in that universe, in that dimension. When you leave the corrupted dungeon, no matter how long you spent on it, no matter if you were actually killed within the dungeon, you are entering a brand new separate timeline universe that is not the same as the one that you previously were in before you entered the corrupted dungeon. Those that enter the corrupted dungeons never technically come out of them. You're just entering a different universe and replacing the version of you that something happened to. Gods are cruel in the world of Albion Online. The gods are not benevolent and nice. They are evil, cruel, and will punish those that they do not like. And yes, they will be nice and reward those that they, enjoy, streamers. Curse of Betrayal in Albion Online. The Curse of Betrayal plagues the land, and that is your best friends will betray you. Your guild members will betray you. The better loot you have equipped, the more likely people are to betray you. Complete strangers whom you try to become friends with will betray you. Lab-grown citizens. As you can see, the citizens of Albion Online are almost not mistakenly, clones of each other. They, if you go to any town, all of the repair bench employees are all the exact same person, cloned and grown from a lab. All of my gamekeeper laborers here, as you can see in their avatars, their faces, their body composition, they are exact clones of one another, bred by kings and nations to do one singular task and do it well. Lots of citizens in this game are merely lab-grown. Premium time dilation. When your character has premium active, the actions that you're technically doing are that of a montage and not of actual real time. When you kill one wolf and skin it in Albion Online with premium active, you are technically skinning several wolves over the course of several days, which is not perceived to us as the player. Nano Machine Diet. Food in this game is wild and wacky and it has the effect of being imbued with nanomachines, which will rapidly strengthen, regenerate cells, repair damaged tissues. It also has an effect on animals of having them mature and grow up at an alarming rate. This technology allows us to breed and slaughter chickens at an unbelievably precedented fast amount of time, keeping us all well fed, and including the food that we cook and eat and prepare, all have very powerful effects, not through magic or anything of the sort, but through nanomachines, which is labeled fish sauce in this game. Wisps are your ancestors. When you see wisps in the world, they are your dead relatives trying to lend you a helping hand. When you see wisps that need escorting, those are ancestors that had something left in their life, unfinished business, or, living with, dying with some sort of regret. Those types of things. So it's up to you if you want to help them out or not. The cartel isn't real. It turns out that the cartel isn't really a group of players masterminding the entire economy of the game. It's just regular players who bought player-owned shops, and they have so much money that they decide to bully other shop owners by crafting lots of garbage. They're just crafters like you and me, just wanting to make some extra scratch, and they see a good opportunity when there's a cheap shop stall. They all go to it and use it. It's not a masquerading, organized mega crime syndicate all in discords together, spreadsheeting their lives away. Of course not. They're not even real. It's just a singular player doing what he would want to normally do best, be a sweaty tryhard in a video game and make as much silver as possible. SBI adjusts RNG. For instance, if they see a YouTuber making lots of blue and yellow zone content for solo dungeons and they want to get the influence that new players will get lots of silver and loot in a solo dungeon, they will adjust that YouTuber or Twitch streamer's drop rates so that they are having amazing success in the dungeons in order to, push that narrative. At the same time, if you are a streamer who are on their crap list, and you manage to find a full 8.4 masterpiece geared player in the mists, and you kill him, instead of having a 1 in 132% chance for all of his gear to trash, it is a much, much higher percentage. As a matter of fact, they will adjust it so that if you do get such a jackpot card swiper and you manage to kill them, all of their gear will trash, leaving you with absolutely nothing. Robin Hinkie's AI. Robin Hinkie's is actually just an amalgamation of the ideal video game CEO made by computer software. He is not an actual real human living, breathing person, and is instead a collection of supercomputers rendering a face, a voice, and leading the company AI style Terminator 2023. I don't know. But essentially, Robin Hinkie's is an AI confirmed. Culture Reset Simulator. Albion Online is a simulator of what will happen in the future of the real actual world. When the solar flare happens and all of our technology is fried, we will enter a new world where we have to live, breathe, and act in accordance. Very similar to Albion Online. There will be laborers, there will be gatherers and hunters and PvPers, and so on and so forth. So this game is created to help those that currently play it survive in the new world. All streamers are SBI employees. It turns out that every single streamer that you see is not just some guy with a hobby wanting to have some fun on Twitch. No, they are contracted and they signed, their life away to be employees for Sandbox Interactive. These people masquerade as streamers just like you and me, as just fun-loving normal dudes. But beware, they have the connections, they go to the board meetings, they drive in traffic and sit at their cubicles, and then they turn on their webcams and pretend to be wizards or something, or dudes in their room just chilling playing a video game. Swole Benji Time Traveler. It turns out that a lot of Swole Benji videos, that's me by the way, somehow predicted the future. The video where I sell skins just a few weeks before the skin nerfs, The video where I call out a guild that scammed billions of silver through a banking scam, and then that same guild actually did the scam, that same Discord server. There are many allegations that Solbenji is a time traveler, that he is isekai'd into sort of a Groundhog Day situation, where every single time that he dies, his life resets and he lives the same life over and over again, slightly changing things for the better or for the worse. And his actions this time are affecting the game Albion Online. But why is he targeting Albion Online? Why is he playing this game? Why would he play games at all if he is stuck in a time loop? Well, only I know the answers to that. New world conditioning. By playing Albion Online, you are being conditioned to be operating in the new world order. With the way the market works, there will no longer be a set economy. Everyone will have something that they farm or grind in the real world, and this is setting them up for such things. No free will. It turns out that in Albion Online, our characters technically don't have a free will. You may be perceived that your character has free will. Unfortunately, they do not. They are at the whims of wherever we point our cursor to move that character, and there is nothing that they can do to resist that. Therefore, no character, no player character, no NPC in the game of Albion Online has any sort of free will, and soon enough, the people playing it won't either. Time vampires. This game has time vampires both within the ranks of the employees as well as the YouTubers and Twitch streamers who don't need sustenance, they don't need food, and they don't drink blood. They are a different type of vampire, one that feeds off of wasting your time. So watch those YouTube videos and feed the vampirism. Albion never existed. It turns out that none of us are actually even playing video games. We're simply a hive mind of people that are programmed to think that we are sitting in a room at a computer or on our phones playing a video game. But in fact, in reality, we are simply in a padded room, foaming at the mouth, slamming our head into the padded walls, jumping around in our, white cloth thingy jumpsuit. I forget the name. The thing you put the insane people in so they don't use their arms, whatever that's called. We're in the padded room, boys. We're not actually playing video games. Ghost Wolf NFT. The very first NFT in all of existence was the Ghost Wolf skin for Albion Online, being the rarest and most expensive skin currently valued at 10 billion silver, which is somewhere probably around 5,000 US dollars, but you should never RMT, by the way. Just a fair warning, you will get banned for RMT, just like you will get banned for stream sniping. I'm going to have to remind you guys in every video, by the way, just in case, you missed the last two. So, what is the Ghost Wolf NFT? Well, it's a virtual image of a Ghost Wolf that you could apply to the Direwolf mounts that, it just changes your mount skin. That's all it is. And it's apparently worth 10 billion silver. Government monitored. This game is monitored by all governments of the world to detect player behaviors, player patterns, and how players interact with different actual cultures in the game. Those that act abhorrently or outside of the system's programming are permamuted as to not influence or affect those around them. So that means someone being called a hot dog, the algorithm detects that you should not be influencing others in such a way, and you get muted. But the governments watch the game, how the players act, how Zerg versus Zergs are conducted, how YouTubers make videos, so that they can further their research for other actions coming in the future. Isekai Assessment. This video game also acts as an assessment for the next life that you may experience. Are you an avid Zerg versus Zerg player? You might very well enjoy being an ant. Yes, reborn as an ant. No, that's an anime. Reborn as an ant to fight for the queen. Someone make that anime, alright? Not before we make Wendigos in Australia. We're making that. That's a live action movie that we're going to make one day, I swear. But essentially, the actions you take in Albion Online will determine your next magical little girl slime laundry cleaning life? Are you a solo ganker? Then perhaps, putting you into a world where murder is achievable. Are you a market person that flips items? You would love to be a big economist for an orcish village of sorts. What you do in the game determines what your next life will be. And there you go, that is the Albion Online Iceberg. I hope you enjoyed. I made this myself, by the way. No copy, no stealy. And there you go. Have fun, lads. I'll see you in the next video.